as you know, I grew up in Egypt, and I always was fascinated by the different part of the country, a continent I live in. So ever since I was a kid, I, ended up in different parts of the Sudan and sometime Uganda area. And I became interested in music actually since I was a baby. Music was around me all the time. So I was really introduced very early, even though I didn't know at that time, at 11, that I was being introduced to the world of music. When I went to college in Egypt, I studied agriculture. And agriculture took me to more music because it took me into the villages. And villages in Egypt are full. Like we said, there's 365 festivals in Egypt. Like there's one every day. So that was a very important part of getting to know more of the music of Egypt. Some people do research in the laboratory without actually traveling. They take the material. But my research was how to live in different communities in the world. So when I traveled to Ethiopia, actually I lived in the villages, lived in people's thatched roof houses. When I was in the Congo, I did the same thing. I lived with the people, and you became vulnerable. Researching is also self-discovery. What I love about music, it connects me with the universe. So it's really a great, it makes me in contact with every human being. It gives me contact with who I am, actually. It gives me contact with myself. So music is not just what your ear can hear. Music is what your body can also experience. Every human being has a gesture. And the gesture explains all your life history in a way, because the way you move your body. So I can't say there's one African dance. There are thousands of gestures to explain a culture of a society. So between the gesture, which I'm very interested to learn and continue, and which I learned when I traveled in Africa, and the relation to sound is a fantastic tool of becoming liberated, actually finding yourself. When I teach, I'd like to teach a lot of African music because to go deeper into the meaning of sound. And my experiences with sound was just incredible because I was in the Bahundi region in the Congo and actually witnessed people chanting and singing and with their voice able to support the dancer against the gravity of the earth. So it was really stunning. The energy of the voice, of the human voice, is able to make somebody rotate and yet not fall, That was an amazing thing. I tell the class that they are a village. There is a community and a village. And this comes from my experiences in Africa, that I want to bring the experiences I had in the village and reactivate it. And that itself is a creative act because I composed a lot of material actually in the creation of the village. So even though I use some traditional songs, I end up creating drama and music and sound that comes out of the class as a village, as an experience of an African village.